What's up, everybody? Welcome back. We're gonna do an update video. This is a 1965 Shelby, car number 269. Had a video posted a few years ago when we found this car in the old abandoned lake house in Georgia. It was in the garage by the Fox body, had the K code downstairs. All the parts were upstairs in the attic. So that was January of 21. Here we are, October 24. The car's really been done since 21, but just now kind of getting around to doing an update video. So we didn't change anything on the car, on the exterior, aside from putting original blue dot tires on it, or original style. And the interior cleaned up super nice. Didn't change anything in the interior, not the carpet, not the seats, headliner, or anything. The car has its original engine. Thankfully, it had the original engine, aluminum T10, the original 9-inch, 389 Detroit locker. Everything was there. So we basically went through the whole car mechanically. Car has a hood prop on it. So we went through the entire car mechanically, rebuilt the engine, rebuilt the trans, rebuilt the rear end, the brakes, the suspension, the fuel system. Went through everything. The car still had its original conies on it. Dated 3 of 65. We don't have those on right now. They're just in storage, but everything else is original. It's got the original radiator, 3 of 65, original air cleaner element, the original hypo, original distributor, lucked up, had the original carburetor. That was one of the parts in the attic. When we found the car, it had a 2.4 small letter Cobra intake on it with the Carter carbs, but in the attic it had the intake, the air cleaner, the carburetor. The wing nut was still on the intake. It was all one piece. It's the S1MS intake, small letter Cobra. You know, we did a dead nuts on alternator, new coil, parts that I am gonna slowly replace with originals, like upper radiator hose. You know, just be on the lookout for things like that. Car's got its original Shelby tag, 5S269. You know, there were a lot of comments in the first video, why didn't you open the hood? Well, the hood hinges were frozen, and these hoods are fiberglass. So eventually what I had to do when I got it back to the shop was get the hood open a little bit and take wedges and slowly shoot WD-40 PB blaster on the hinges, drive the wedge in a little bit more, finally enough to where I could get a 1/2-inch wrench on the hood bolts, because the car was covered when we found it, but the raccoons had basically been using the bathroom down the windshield onto the cowl, and that's the result of the cowl. You can see there's still some car cover remnants on the car, and there's car cover patterns still on the car. It was basically stuck to the car. When I was pulling the cover off, it was pulling paint with it. So again, that's why I couldn't open the hood. But as you can see, the interior we left completely original. Cleaned up nice. Original steering wheel, original gauges, original horn switch right there. No spin disc sticker. Put a new shifter boot on. Didn't change anything in the back. Headliner was actually in good shape. Thankfully, nothing had lived in the car during that time. It's got the original Ray Brown seat belts in it from 65. I'll have to find the tag on one of these. They're here. It's here somewhere. Anyway, I'll have to look on the other side. But original seat belts. The car is actually extremely solid. You know, one of the cow bars got a little rusty. There's one small little hole, about the size of a quarter in the floor there. Car's in West Virginia now. That's where it lives, but still has the old 65 Georgia license plate on it. Polished the Kragers up some. They're not perfect, but those are originals. All the gaps, everything, doors open great. Car was sold at Ron's Ford Sales in Bristol, Tennessee. The original owner's manual was with the car. And what's cool, sorry about the camera angle, what's cool about that is it had both of the first two original owners' numbers and names written on it. This was a picture of the car in the early 90s. I think that's when the car was really probably in its heyday. Redid the exhaust, original tri-wise. New exhaust, new e-brake cables, saved all the rest of the stuff. Was running the original battery cable for a while, and it was wanting to crank slow unless you had a big Optima battery in it. When it got warm, it would not want to crank. So last week ran a new battery cable. That helped a lot. Take this air cleaner off. All new brake lines, all new fuel lines, fuel tank. There's the carburetor. It's dated first week of April, 1965. Original air filter element. Super cool piece. Very hard to find. I had to locate that. Left the original hypo air cleaner and the sticker on. Blasted the export brace, painted it. Oh, also has the original 3939S fuel pump on it. Sent that out to Fred out in California. He redid that. So yeah, there's the update on the 65 that was found in the old lake house in Georgia. Ended up buying like 14 cars. You saw the LX convertible beside this car in the garage. You saw the K code in the basement. Outside in the driveway, there was a Grand National. He had a Trans Am race Mustang in a trailer. And then in storage units throughout Marietta, Georgia, there was a 66 Shelby, red 4-speed, another K code, non-GT fastback, a 65 K code coupe that Holman Moody had built. It was a really early 64.5 K code, had the narrow bolt transmission. There was a 66 A code GT blue, about 2 hours south. Ended up finding the mate. So as we walked in the house in the first video, there was a 302 tunnel port head acting like a door stopper. The 2.4 tunnel port intake was upstairs, could not find the other head. Went to his other house 2 hours away, found the other tunnel port head in the closet at that house. So still have that. Bought all the parts, all the cars. But yeah, this car, took it to Amelia Island earlier this year in March to the Barn Find Hunter section. It won Best in Class. Wayne Carini chose the car. It's going to Hilton Head this weekend to another barn find at their concourse show. Looking forward to that. So yeah, we kind of did what we had to do. drivetrain wise, suspension, brakes, just to make sure the car would run and drive safe. But otherwise, left everything, left the paint. Have no intentions to restore the car. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. It runs and drives great. Go ahead and start it. Alright, so there's the update video. It's a crazy story how we found it. Basically, a member of the family put an ad on Facebook Marketplace for a 65, 66 Shelby steering wheel. Wondered if it was original. A buddy of mine saw it, talked to him, and we got on. Basically, they were selling everything. We started looking at everything in November of 2020. Took about 3 months, finally got the deal done in January of 21. And now you see the car the way it sits, and this is the way it's gonna stay. Thanks for watching.